Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with my audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone. I hope that I'm live right now, guys. You guys are able to listen to me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video. Please let me know, guys. Hello everyone. Hello, hello, hello. All good? How are you guys? How are you guys? How is everybody? How are you guys? How is everybody? Think all right? Voice is low. Is voice low for everybody or like if it's just low for some particular person itself? So what's your name? Tali, are you visiting the class for the first time? My name is Shaurya Sana. I think so I had introduced myself yesterday. Okay. It's fine. The volume is fine. Okay, that's great, guys. Amazing, amazing. Okay, guys, let me know what have we studied in our previous class, guys? Just a revision. Okay, just a revision before we are able to start with our class. What have we studied in our previous class, guys? Please let me know. It is we studied about variables. Good, guys. We studied about anything else, guys? Anything else? We studied about rules in Python for naming variables. Good. We studied about the conventions of naming variables. Good, guys. We studied about the print function. Great. Anything else? Multiple operators, variables. Multiple variable operation. Okay. No issues in that. Anything else, guys, that we have studied? Okay. Variable declaration and rules for declaring variables. Good, guys. Great. So we studied about the basics of Python, guys. Some of the basic concepts that are very important for us to understand. That is what we have studied in our yesterday's class. For today's class, our goal would be to continue with where we had stopped learning yesterday. So let me just open up the collab notebook for you guys. Okay, let me just open up the collab notebook for you guys. Important concepts in Python. That is the notebook that we're going to use. So guys, at the end of this particular boot camp, I'm going to provide you guys with a hands-on notes just like this. So these are just the important concepts in Python. So for example, if you want to learn Python in depth, okay, in a lot of depth itself, I'll be providing you guys exact same notes. Let me just show it to you guys. It will be very difficult for me to make you guys understand. Okay, it will be very difficult for me to make you guys understand. So I'll just show you guys the notes itself. Give me a second. I would have to find the notes. Okay, I found it in the first click. That's great. So these are the notes that I've created for you guys. If you guys are interested to study Python in a lot of depth itself, the programming language, I've created these notes for you guys that you can utilize to study Python. It's available for free. Okay, like I said, if I'm doing something, I do it for free. Okay, I don't charge anything. If somebody else is involved, then like I have to pay them. That's the reason why I charge something for it. But nevertheless, I will provide this note to you guys. You will learn data types and operators, control flow, function in Python. Okay, then scripting in Python. Then you are having NumPy, pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, generators in Python. All that you will be able to learn, as well as 2 to 3 projects are also there in just normal Python that you guys can utilize to learn the language as fast as possible. Okay, so for example, if you go into functions in Python, okay, let's take up that particular uh, into account itself. So as you're able to see, it is the exact same thing. Okay, I've written it into a lot of depth. You can just read it, go through it, and you will be able to learn Python in its entirety. Okay, so I will give you guys this at the end of the bootcamp itself, not right now. Okay, at the end of the bootcamp, I will be providing you guys with these notes. I don't want you to be confused between what we are learning and what I'm giving to you. So at the end of the seventh day, I will provide these notes to you. Okay, and you can utilize those notes to study Python as much as possible. I'm trying to take some time out of my hands and create a video course on Python as well for YouTube. I will definitely try to do that, but right now you can just go through the notes and try to learn it from there itself. Okay, will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. Will that be fine, guys? Please let me know. At the end of the bootcamp, I'll provide you guys with the notes as well. Please let me know, guys. Great, amazing, guys, amazing. So let's get started with where we were yesterday. I don't remember where we were yesterday, so I'm just scrolling it down. We have done with the variable naming conventions. Okay, we are done with all these things. I think so. We were right over here, right? We were right over here. So writing a variable. Okay, overwriting the variable. Okay, so right over here, guys, as you are able to see, we are having two values. Rent is equals to 1,700 and rent is equals to 2,000 rupees. Okay, so what I'm doing right over here is first I'm having a box. Just think, okay, variables, box. Okay, box named as rent. Rent has 1,700 rupees inside of it. Now, in the second line of code, I'm writing rent is equals to 2,000 rupees. So I'm taking out the 1,700 rupees from the box and I'm placing 2,000 rupees inside of it. Okay, so that 1,700 rupees that was present inside the box originally, that is now lost. Okay, that is now lost, guys. That 1,700 rupees is not going to come back to us. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. That 1,700 rupees is not going to come back to us. It is lost in the memory itself. Now the box contains 2,000 rupees. This is called as overwriting the variable. If you don't understand the spelling, here I have already written it. Overwriting the variable, guys. That is when a new value is assigned to a variable, the old one is forgotten. Okay, it's like if you have seen a movie, it's a Hindi movie and a South Indian movie as well called as Gajni. Okay, it's like a short-term memory loss. As soon as some new information is given to us, the old one is forgotten. Okay, that is how I live as well. If I learn something new, I just forget the old stuff as well. If you guys ask me what did I study in J mains and advanced, I don't remember shit in that. Okay, so it's the same thing with variables as well. If a new if a new value has been provided to us, the old one is forgotten, and that is called as overwriting the variable. Okay, now this is a technical term, guys. Okay, overwriting the variable is a technical term. Please do remember that. Okay, please do remember that. So whenever you're talking to somebody, you have to use these technical terms that I'm overwriting the variable. You don't have to say that I'm reassigning the value of the variable. See, oh, I'm overwriting the variable. That showcases that your theoretical knowledge is as strong as your practical knowledge. Okay, always remember this, guys. These small things make differences in interviews. Okay, that's the reason why I'm keeping these small things right over here as well. Okay, so right over here again, one more point. Yesterday we saw the multiple assignment operator. Okay, do you guys remember the multiple assignment operator, guys? Please let me know. Do you guys remember the multiple assignment operator? Please let me know, guys. So we learned that just for one particular reason, right? To understand how Python helps us to make code shorter. Another example right over here, guys. Another example. We are having rent equals to 1,700 rupees. Rent equals to 2,000 rupees. We updated it. Maybe you threw some crazy past party and now you have got a fine on your rent. So you have to pay a 700 rupees fine on the rent itself. So now your rent is equals to rent plus 700. So what will be the value, guys? What will be the value? Okay, somebody has already answered. Ayush, thank you so much for answering. That will be 2,700 rupees. Okay, now I don't want to write rent two times right over here. Again, this is very lengthy. So I can write it as rent plus is equals to 700. It will do the exact same thing. I don't have to write, okay, I don't have to write rent is equals to rent plus 700, guys. I don't have to write this. I can directly write rent plus is equals to 700. That means the exact same thing. If I'm running this particular line of code, you will get the exact same answer, guys. You get the exact same answer, that is 2,700 rupees, guys. No change. Okay, no change whatsoever. Are you guys able to see this? Please do let me know. Okay, this is called as the addition assignment operator, guys. This is called as the addition assignment operator. Okay, now for example, you can do this with anything. Okay, first we need to learn something called as comment. Okay, so what do you understand by comment in normal English, guys? What do you understand by comment in normal English? Could you guys let me know? What do you understand by comment in normal English, guys? In normal English, I don't know anything about programming. Okay, I'm a noob. Let's assume that I'm from Naruto's background itself. Okay, Naruto does not have anything related to programming, but he knows a little bit of Japanese and English somehow, and sometimes Hindi as well. I don't know why. But what do you mean by comment in normal English, guys? Okay, judging, suggestion. Okay, good. Viewpoint, information, giving review. Good. That's the bio. Okay, that is basically our okay thing. Okay, then you are having reviewing something, kind of feedback. Okay, so let's assume kind of feedback itself. Okay, so when you're coding, okay, you write some code. There are two ways that this is going to happen with you. It has happened with every single programmer, even with me. The two things that is always going to happen with you. First, you look at somebody's else code and you're like, shit, who wrote this? I'm not able to understand a single word out of it. Okay. And the second is you look at some code, you again say, shit, who wrote this? I'm not able to understand a single line of code right over here. And then later on, you realize that I was the only person 4 years ago who had written this particular shitty code. Okay, so what happens is you need to provide some description to what you have coded, so that when you are giving that code to somebody else, or when you are reviewing your own code after 4 or 5 years, or maybe after a year, if you are like me, then after 10 days as well, if you are reviewing it, you are able to understand what you had done right over there. Okay, you are able to understand what you have done right over there. You won't feel like, yeah, who wrote this? Okay, who was this fucker who wrote this? And then you're like, oh shit, I am that fucker. So that will happen with you someday or the other. So to make sure that that is not happening, we need to add comments to our code. Okay, we need to add a feedback to our code, some information to our code itself, so that we don't have to go through the code line by line. We can just read the comment and understand what is happening right over here. These comments are not codes. Okay, these comments are not codes, guys. Okay, these are normal English. Okay, for example, to comment right over here, for example, right over here, if I want to add a comment, okay, I have to write hash. Okay, I have to write hash, and then after hash I just have to write my comment. Okay, this is an example code for plus is equals to putting putting, as simple as that. Okay, so as you're able to see, of course, this is not a line of code, right? Of course, this is not a line of code, right, guys? Please let me know. Of course, this is not a line of code. This is a normal text. Okay, so it does. So whenever you're writing the comment, Python just ignores that line. Okay, Python will ignore that line, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. And please, in every single programming language, there are different ways of putting out comments. Okay, if you have learned how to comment a particular line of code in some other language, do not confuse it with Python. Python follows this. Okay, Python follows this. Now, let me give you a shorthand trick as well. Okay, for example, you want to comment all these 4 lines of code all together. Okay, you want to comment all these 4 lines of code together itself. So, how to do that? First option, you go to the first line, you are like uh, hash, 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 hash. Okay, this is the first way. Now you want to decomment it, remove the hashes. Okay, you come here, you remove hash, you remove hash, you remove hash, you remove hash. This is the bullshit way of doing it. Okay, the bullshit way of doing it, guys. Can you guys suggest me some other way of doing this, guys? If anybody knows it, even if you don't know it, just a tukka will also do. Okay, I don't think so. You guys will be able to make a random guess out of it. Will you guys be able to make a guess, a random guess? Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, let's not do random guessing at this particular point of time. Let's try to understand everything properly. Okay, so the second method, I will tell you 3 methods. First method, bullshit method, I've already shown you. The second particular method is multi-line comment. This is single line comment, guys. Okay, this is single line comment where you're commenting a single line itself. Now you want to use like something for a multi-line comment. You want to write a paragraph. Okay, you want to explain, the code is so shit that you want to write a paragraph to make somebody understand what you are doing. Okay, so for that, what you can do is put this in the next line. Okay, put this in the next line. Array, put this in the next line. Put 3 quotation marks right over here. Put three quotation marks, three double quotation marks, guys. Okay, three double quotation marks right over here. And for example, at the end, put three double quotation marks once again. Okay, so this will comment everything in between these three quotation marks. Okay, it will comment everything in between these three quotation marks. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So this is called as multi-line comment, guys. These are called as multi-line comment. Single line comment, you have seen it. Multi-line comment, you have seen it. Now let's see how to comment existing line of code at once without writing three quotation marks. What you can do is you can just select all these lines of code. You can just select, okay, just select all these three lines of code and then press control and forward slash. Okay, you guys know what a forward slash is, right? It looks like this. This is a forward slash. Okay, if you guys don't know, this is a forward slash, guys. Okay, this is a forward slash. Are you guys able to see? Please do let me know. The forward slash, guys. Are you guys able to see this? So what you want to do is you want to select all the lines of code and then click on control plus forward slash. Okay, control forward slash. That is what you want to do. When you're doing that, or control forward slash, whatever preference of method of typing you have, you can do that accordingly. Okay, so you can easily comment multi lines of code at once. You want to decomment it. Okay, you don't want the comments anymore. Okay, you want to decomment these lines of code. Again, select all of them. Again, select all of them. Again, press control forward slash. It will decomment all the lines of code for you. Okay, so these are some of the tips and tricks that should be learned by you guys to make sure that you are faster and a little bit fast in programming itself. Small things that are there, guys. It will be very easy for you guys to understand it. Okay, I'm so sorry. Are you guys able to understand everything up till here? Please let me know. Is there any doubts, any queries, any concerns that you guys are having? Please let me know, guys. Upendra is back. Okay, that's great, Upendra. Amazing, guys. You guys are so smart, man. You guys are so smart. That's great. Okay, now just like you are having plus is equals to, okay, just like you are having plus is equals to, that is a representation of rent is equals to rent plus 700. You can do that for any operator. Okay, you can do it for any operator. You want to do rent is equal to rent minus 700, do rent minus is equals to 700, guys. Okay, you want to do rent is equals to rent minus 700, do rent minus is equals to 700. When you do rent is equals to rent multiplied by 700, you do rent multiplied equal to 700. You want to do rent is equals to rent divided by 700, you do rent divided by equal to 700. All these different things means the exact same thing. All these different things mean the exact same thing, guys. So guys, able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. So guys, able to understand this? Please let me know. So three ways of commenting a particular line of code. First, single line comments. We have learned that. We have learned about multi-line comments by using quotation marks, three quotation marks itself. Then you have learned about multi-line comment using your control and forward slash and decommenting it using control and forward slash once again. All these things we have learned it. We have learned about the plus is equals to minus is equals to multiplied is equals to divide equal to operators as well. So all these things we have learned it in just 5 minutes. Next, what we need to understand is, for example, if I run this particular line of code, okay, I'm running this particular line of code, it is giving you a number that is not quite a integer, right? We are looking at 3, 4, 1700, 2000, okay, 2.8571. This is not an integer, right? Then if you are looking at the code at the top as well, these do not look at any like any kind of numbers itself, okay? Okay, these are also do not look like any kind of numbers, right? So there are different kind of data that are there in Python. Okay, there are different kind of data that is there in Python, guys. Okay, so these different type of data are strings, floats, bools, okay, and your integers itself. These are all the four kind of data types that we are going to learn. Okay, these are the data types. These are the types of data that exist in Python. Okay, and you need to know all these data types as well. Before starting out with computer vision, you should be able to understand the basics of Python at least. Okay, so what you can do is, Okay, so what is decommenting? So something is already commented, you want to decomment it. That means you want to remove the comments, you want to change it to a normal code. That is called as decommenting. Okay, I don't know the technical term, I call it as decommenting. Okay, so let us start with learning our very first data type, that is integers. As the name suggests, this is the exact same integers that you have studied when in your childhood itself. Okay, -1, -5, -100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0. All these numbers that are there are called as integers. Okay, all these numbers are called as integers, guys. Okay, so, and floats are basically any kind of decimal number that exists: 3.14, 2.15, 7.81566789101112. Okay, all these are basically floats or floating point number. Your decimal numbers are called as floating point number. Your integer numbers are called as integer numbers itself, or int in short. Okay, so for example, right over here, if I'm dividing, okay, Nihal Shah, not in every language there are 4 types of data types. Okay, even in Python there are multiple data types that exist. I'm just teaching you guys 4. Okay, there are I think so there are n number of data types that exist in Python. But for your information and for your knowledge, for your basics itself, I'm just teaching you guys 4 data types. Even in these data types, there are additional data types that are there based on their bits and their sizes itself. 32-bit integer, 64-bit, 128-bit. There are multiple data types that exist in Python. Okay, and in other languages as well. But we are going to learn about the major 4 that is there. Okay, like I said, guys, there are various different things that I'm not going into a lot of depth because you guys are like just entering into the thing. I want it to be as easy as possible, as simple as possible for you guys to understand it. Okay. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, 3 divided by 2. Okay, what is 3 divided by 2, guys? 1.5. 3 and 2 are both integers. Okay, 3 and 2 are both integers, guys. 3 and 2 are both integers, right? But if you are running this particular line of code, okay, if you are running this particular line of code, you're getting 1.5 as your answer. Getting 1.5 as your answer, guys. 1.5 is not an integer, it's a float. Okay, so when you're dividing 2 integers, the answer is always going to be a float, guys. Please remember this. When you're dividing 2 integers, the answer is always going to be a float. Okay, for example, if I'm doing 4 divided by 2, okay, I'm doing 4 divided by 2, guys. Okay, 4 is an integer, 2 is an integer, but when I'm running this particular line of code, I'm getting 2.0. 2.0 is a float, 2 is an integer, but 2.0 is a float itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. It's your raps. Okay, it's great that you feel that it is not going to be completed in 7 days. I have taken up more than 100 boot camps up till now. Okay, everyone got completed. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. Nobody's forcing you to stay. If you are here to learn, learn as much as possible. Okay, great. So 4 divided by 2 is, again, the answer is 2, but the answer is coming out to be 2.0. So 2.0 is an float itself. 2.0 is a float, but 2 is an integer, guys. Okay, so right over here, for example, we can use the type function to find out the data type of an object in Python. Okay, we can use the type function to find out the data type of an object itself, guys. Okay, float basically means floating point number. Okay, float means floating point number, guys. Okay, Smarty Suhail, I will not be shifting the language to Hindi. There are international students in this bootcamp. There are students from South India that don't understand Hindi at all. Secondly, when you're going into an interview, if you're going to speak in Hindi, they're just going to reject you. You have to speak in English in an interview. Okay, so for that particular reason, if your English is weak, start learning it right now. Take this as an opportunity to start to understand and learn English as much as possible. Okay. Okay, so right over here, a is equals to 3, that is an integer, we already know that. B is equals to 2.5, that is the float, we already know that. So type of A, we are going to print the type of A, guys, and we are going to print the type of B. This will give us the data type of A and B, guys. Okay, this is the data type of A and B. We are running this particular line of code. As we are able to see, we are getting the class as integer and float. We are getting the data type as int and float, guys. Int is the short form for integer. Float is the short form for floating point number, guys. Okay, float is a short form for floating point number. Are you guys able to understand this type function? Are you guys able to understand this type function, guys? Please let me know. Type function basically gives you the data type of the object. Okay, what is the data type of A? What is the data type of B? Okay, and that you are able to get as int and float. Okay, you're able to get as int and float, guys. Okay, great. The next particular thing that I want you to understand is how to convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer. Okay, how to convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer, guys. It is very simple. Whenever you are converting an integer to a float, any integer, okay, whenever you are converting any integer to a float, let me just open up Paint. Any type of integer to a float, let's assume 3. Okay, we are converting it into float. Okay, you just have to add 0.0 at the end. Any number you have 1, 2, 3. Okay, you want to convert it to a float, you have to add 1, 2, 3, 0.0 at the end. That's it. That's it, guys. Okay, similar to that, if you want to convert a float to an integer, okay, 3.14, if you want to convert it into a integer itself, just remove everything after the decimal point. Just remove everything after the decimal point. It does not matter what it is. Okay, the answer will be 3. The answer will be 3. For example, even for 3.98, you want to convert it into an integer itself, the answer would again be 3. Again, please understand, we are not rounding it off. We are not rounding it off. We are truncating it. Anything after the decimal point needs to be removed. Anything after the decimal point needs to be removed, guys. Okay, so we are not rounding it off. Do not confuse it with rounding off. We are removing it. We are truncating it. Okay, that is how you can convert an integer to a float and a float to an integer as well. Okay. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say right now to you, this entire paragraph that you are able to see on your screens itself, this is a major interview question. A major interview question, and you will not find that anywhere. Okay, you will not find it anywhere inside of any course or something like that. But this is being asked in interviews. Okay, I don't know why it is not being taught to you guys, but you have to understand this, guys. This is extremely important. Questions will be asked in interviews related to this. You are not going to be taught about this anywhere else as well. Okay, so please make sure that you are understanding what I'm going to say in the next 5 minutes, guys. Even if you're not understanding, just memorize it. Okay, even if you're not understanding it, just memorize it as soon as possible. Okay. Yes, STEM, I'm able to agree. For those students who already know Python and are here just for OpenCV, it's a very basic lecture. But students like that are absolutely very low. In a batch of 1,500 students, we'll be having just 20, 30 students like you. Okay. And to have a free bootcamp for just 20 students, that is not something that I like to do. So I want to make sure that anybody from any field, from any level of knowledge should be able to start where you are standing right over here. Okay, that you know Python, and then also finish off the bootcamp with your same level of expertise and knowledge. That is my aim with these boot camps. Okay, that is the reason why I start from the utmost beginnings, the most easiest things, the basic things itself, so that anybody from any field, any background, any knowledge, anywhere that they are, they're able to learn something from the boot camp. Okay, not everybody is having. For me, this is even computer vision is shit. Okay, for me, computer vision is shit. I know I've practiced. I've done a computer vision internship when I was in college. Okay, I've worked in Google on computer vision for almost 3-4 months itself. For me, this is all basics. This is something like just producing sound from my mouth. But I'm still here, right? I would have said, and this is very easy. I will just teach at my level itself. Nobody will be able to understand it. Then what's the benefit of that? Nobody's getting the benefit, right? So always make sure that you carry forward the entire community with you. If you know STEP, if you know already all the things, help others out. Okay, help them out in the chat. Okay, your knowledge will only get strengthened up, right? Okay, great guys. So and stem and its yar wraps. If you know this point as well, do let me know. Okay, so let's start from this, guys. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, first remember this, put this inside of your head, memorize this line before understanding it, before analyzing it. Whatever you are doing right now, just memorize it. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. First, I want you guys to memorize this line. Okay, I don't want you guys to understand it, I don't want you guys to analyze it, I want you guys to first memorize it. Okay, what is the line, guys? Could you guys let me know? What is the line? Could you guys let me know? Write it down in the live chat that what is the line that I told you guys to memorize it. Great, guys. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Now, could you guys, so those guys who already, if somebody already knows this, that's great. If they had attended a previous bootcamp of mine, then they would know that. Otherwise, this is not taught anywhere else. Okay, this is not taught anywhere else. So please focus upon this, and this is going to be asked in your interviews, guys. Now let us try to first understand what is being said right over here. So what is being said right over here is that when you are writing a floating point number, when you are writing something like 0.23, okay, when you're writing something like 0.23, it is not exactly 0.23 inside of Python. When Python is storing this number, you are writing a is equals to 0.23. When Python is storing this number, it is not exactly 0.23. It is being stored a little bit greater than 0.23. It is stored as 0.23 0.00000000 dot 0000 1 2 3 or something like that. Okay, this is not exactly how it is stored, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, this is not exactly how it is stored, but I'm just giving it as an example, guys. Okay, so when you're having 0.23 that you're storing inside of Python, it stores it as a little bit greater than 0.23. It will store it as 0.23 0.000000000123 or something like that. Okay, it's not the exact method, do not take it exactly like it is 1.123 at the end. No, is random. Okay, but yes, approximately this is how they store it up. Why is that the case? Okay, let's first try to understand, am I even saying the truth, or just this is a fabricated thing to showcase that okay, I know shit and you don't know it. Okay, let's try to understand that whether this is true or not. Okay, otherwise if I'm saying something and you're like huh, sahi baat hai, it's all true, right? He's saying it must be true. That is not the case. Let's first check it out. Okay, let's check it out, guys. So we'll go back right over here. We'll go back right over here. And what I'm going to do right now is that we are going to add 0.23 30 times. Okay. We are going to add 0.23 30 times. Before checking why is that the case, let us first check if that is the case or not. Okay. So 0.23 I've added 30 times. You can just calculate it right over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 0.23 are here. Okay, and then I'm adding it up 5 times, so that is 0.23 added 30 times right over here. Now according to the mathematics that I have learned from my childhood itself, 0.23 added 30 times should be equivalent to 6.9 or not, guys. Please let me know. Let me know, guys. Success Momo, just be patient, do not think out of the box right now. First try to understand this problem statement, then I will answer your question as well. Okay, so let me know. 0.23 added 30 times 6.9, that is what I've learned from my childhood itself. Let us check that up. Okay, so what I've done is I've used the equality operation. Okay, it will basically check whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. Okay, this equality operation, equal to symbol, two equal to symbols, basically check whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. If both of them are equal, in that particular case, it will give you true as the answer. Yes, both of them are equal. Otherwise, if they are not equal, then it will give false as the answer, guys. So what I'm doing is 0.23 added 30 times. Yes, 6.9 should be the answer. The answer should be true according to my mathematics. So I'm going to run this particular line of code, and as you are able to see, the answer is coming as false. Did I make an error? What did I do? Okay, why is it false? Let us check what is the answer, guys. Okay, what is the answer? Let us check that. Okay, we'll print 0.23 added 30 times. We'll print 0.23 added 30 times, guys. When I'm running this particular line of code, I'm not getting 6.9. I'm getting 6.900000006 as the answer. I'm getting 0.6.900000006 as the answer, guys. Okay, that means that my hypothesis was correct. That floats are an approximation to the number they represent. They are not exactly 0.23, but little bit greater than 0.23. And that is the reason why when we are adding it up, okay, when we are adding it up, it is resulting into a value that is a little bit greater than 6.9, guys. A little bit greater than 6.9. Okay, now that you have understood that I was speaking the truth, okay, that yes, it is an floats or an approximation to the number they represent. It stores the number a little bit greater than that. Let us now try to find out why does it do that. Okay, why does it do that, guys? So let's go back to our picture. Yes, it's basically the proof that the floats are an approximation to the number they represent, guys. Now what we are going to do is we are going to try to understand why this is happening. And then after we have understood why it is happening, I will throw a googly at you. If you guys know cricket, there's something called as googly. I'll throw a googly at you after that. And then you will be like, oh fuck, whatever we have learned, it's all wrong. Okay, what is happening? Why is he that person who is teaching us? Is always teaching us something inappropriate itself. Okay, so let's first try to understand why this is the case. Okay, so what happens in so let's assume a particular multiplication. Okay, let's assume a particular multiplication itself. You are having 2.3 multiplied by 2.3. What will be the answer, guys? What will be the answer? 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, guys. Please let me know. What will be the answer, guys? 2.3 multiplied by 2.3. Wow. Harsh, I'm asking for multiplication. Dude, I'm asking for multiplication. Not addition, it is multiplication. Multiplied by 2.3. Okay, so you guys are giving me the answer of 5.29. Okay, 2.3 multiplied by 2.3 is 5.29. How are you getting this 9? This is having one digit, okay, one decimal point itself. This is having one decimal point itself. Where are you getting two decimal points in the answer? How are you getting two decimal points in the answer? You have just two blanks. You have just two blanks out there. Okay, in the question, you are having one decimal point. Here you are having one decimal point. But in the answer, you're getting two decimal point. Where is the second decimal point coming from? Guys, where is the second decimal point coming from? So in computer science, it does not work the exact same way on how you do multiplication on your paper. Okay, it does not work like that. If you are having one decimal point in the question, you are having one decimal point again in the second operand of the question itself, then the answer is always going to be of one decimal point only. Because there is no space, there's no memory. There's just one decimal point in the question, one decimal point in the question, then the answer is always going to be of one decimal point only. That is called as maintaining the precision of the answer. Okay, that is called as maintaining the precision of the answer, guys. If it is rank 1 matrix, it is rank 1 matrix, the answer is always going to be a rank 1 matrix. If there is just one particular blank, okay, the question has two blanks right over here, point, dash. The question has again two blanks, one point, dash. The answer is also going to have two blanks itself. There are not going to be any more than that blanks. The answer is going to be just 5.2. There is not going to be any 9. There is not going to be any 9, guys. The answer will be 5.2. If there is, because the number of decimal points from the questions get carry forwarded. The number of questions from the number of blanks from like dots, okay, decimals from the top will be getting carry forwarded itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. There's no rounding it off. There's no rounding again. You don't know that there is a third decimal point. Okay, you don't even know that. 9 does not exist for you. You don't even know that. What you know is just 5.2. That's it. No rounding it off, nothing. The second decimal point does not exist for you itself. You can only give the answer to just one decimal point itself. That was the problem that was there with computer science. That was the problem that was there. Now we needed to fix this problem. How can we make sure that even if we are multiplying 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, our answer is 5.29? How can we do that, guys? 2.3 multiplied by 2.3, how can we make sure that the answer is always 5.29? To do that, you had something called as precision. You increase the precision of the question. Right over here, the precision was 1 decimal point. Okay, your precision was 1 decimal point itself. What you want to do is you want to increase the precision of the question. So what you did was, instead of saving the number as 2.3, you saved the number as 2.3000000000000123 or something like that. Again, the next particular number multiplied by 2.3000000000000123. So now when you are multiplying it, the answer will be closer to 5.2, whatever the number was. Okay, 4.29. That will be closer to that. Okay, the answer will be closer to that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. That is the reason why the numbers, floats, are an approximation to the number they represent. And the reason for that is to maintain the precision of the questions that are there, to maintain the precisions of the calculations that are there. Okay, that is the reason why floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, now when you have understood this, okay, when you have understood this, now I'll throw a googly at you. Okay, now I'll throw a googly at you. Let's go back. Let's remove 0.23. I will multiply it by 30. What will be the answer? What you have learned right now, according to what you have learned right now, what will be the answer, guys? Hey guys, let me know what will be the answer, guys. According to what we learned right now, floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Okay, and the answer should be 6.900000006 or something like that. That is what the answer should be, right? Because of what we learned right now, right? Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. But when we are running this particular line of code, we are getting exactly 6.9. Why is that happening? It should be greater than 6.9. It should be the exact same. Okay, 0.23 added 30 times. How does that make any difference from 0.23 multiplied by 30? Why are there two answers coming right over here? Why are there two answers coming right over here? So this is a googly right over here. So what Python does, it does some optimization. When you are adding numbers, okay, just think about it. Write this on your screen itself. Okay, 0.23 added 20 times. How are you 30 times? How are you going to add them up? You are going to first look at the first two numbers, only the first two numbers. 0.23 plus 0.23 is equals to 0.46. Then you're going to slide your window itself. 0.46 plus 0.23, that is 0.69. Again, you're going to slide it. 0.69 plus 0.23. So you are looking at just two numbers at once. For you, every single calculation is a new calculation, guys. For every single calculation, it is a new calculation for it. It does not know that every single time you are adding the same number. Okay, it does not know that every single time you are actually adding the same number itself. It is not able to understand that. Python is not able to understand that. But when you are running the next particular line of code, when you are running 0.23 multiplied by 30, what is the definition of multiplication, guys? What is the definition of multiplication? The definition of multiplication itself is repeated addition. The definition of multiplication itself is repeated addition. So Python automatically understands that every single time I have to add the same number. Python is able to understand it from here, that every single time I have to add the same number. So what Python does, it does an optimization. Every time it will add the two numbers, it will delete the entire decimal itself and update it to a new decimal. For example, what it will do is, when it will add, okay, when it will add 0.23, 0.23, 0.23 plus 0.23, 0.00000000123. So when it is adding it up, it will take the answer as 0.460000000246. Then it will optimize it. Okay, then it will optimize it. What the optimization is, it will convert it. It will delete all the decimal points, guys. It will delete all the decimal points. It will convert it into 0.460000000123. That is the optimization it does, because it is a repeated addition. Python knows that it is going to add the exact same number again and again. So every addition, it will refresh the entire decimal and bring it to its lowest. So it is negligible. For Python, it is negligible. So it directly writes 6.9 as the answer. That is the optimization right over here. Okay, in addition, in direct addition, 0.23 added 30 times, there is no optimization. Okay, there is no optimization. Whereas inside of the multiplication itself, there is this optimization that is there, guys. It's as simple as that, guys. Python prefers precision over accuracy. Okay, Python prefers precision over accuracy, guys. Because the more number of decimal points that you are able to go to, the answer is more precise. It's not accurate, but it is precise. And that is what it requires right over here. Okay. If you are still not able to understand this, whatever I taught to you right now, no worries. Okay. You're still not able to understand it right now. Okay. You don't have to worry about it. Just rewatch the entire thing from start. Okay. Just rewatch the entire thing from start. Because if you are, this is a very important question from the perspective of, see, the certificates don't matter. If you are going for an interview, okay, the certificates just showcase that you have learned Python. Now they're going to start asking questions related to Python. And this is going to be a very important point that is going to be asked to you guys in your interviews itself. You will not find it in any course, you will not find it anywhere until unless you're reading books and you have some practical knowledge in Python. Only then you will be able to find this, and still you won't get the answer for that. Right now, I've given you the answer that what you have to say in an interview itself. Okay, so if you are still not able to understand it, no issues in that. Okay, rewatch the entire thing from the start. You will be able to understand it. Okay, you will be able to understand it. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. It's I know that it's raps. This is the knowledge that usually students don't know. The students who tell me that I know Python, I know that they don't know shit. Okay, there are multiple things like this that is being asked in interviews. See, whatever knowledge that you feel that you know about Python is not going to be asked in interviews. That is basic Python. Everybody knows that. That is what they understand. They ask questions like this in the interview that very few people who already have some practical knowledge in Python will only know. That is the reason why I teach you guys this. Okay, no issues. The next particular data type that we are going to learn about is the Boolean data type. Okay, is the Boolean data type. If you guys remember, we had a particular code right over here. Okay, 0.23 added 30 times is equals to 6.9. The is equals to basically check whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. Because it was not equal, we got an answer as false. This false is also a data type, guys. This false is also a data type. So there are just two data types right over there, guys. True and false. A value can be true, a value can be false. This is called as the Boolean data type, guys. Now the Boolean data type is something that you have already learned in physics. Okay, the AND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, ones and zeros that you did in physics. That was basically a Boolean algebra itself. Okay, that was basically a Boolean algebra. They've already done it. Okay, so it shouldn't be that hard for you guys to understand, according to me. Okay. So right over here, as we are able to see, bool is another data type that is most commonly used in Python and in other languages as well. It exists everywhere. Bool is the short form for Boolean. Okay, bool is the short form for Boolean itself. So right over here, as you're able to see, to create. So now please remember, when you're creating a Boolean value that is true or false, you have to make sure that the T and F is capital. We make sure that the T and F is capital, otherwise it will not work. It will give you an error. Okay, T and F should be capital, guys. So right over here, I've created two variables. Python awesome is equals to true and documentation bad is equals to false. Okay, you can use comparison operators to get your boolean results. For example, is 3 greater than 1, guys? Is 3 greater than 1? Yes, 3 is greater than 1. So the answer will be true. You can check it for rest of the stuff as well. 3 is less than 1. Okay, no, 3 is not less than 1, so the answer will be false. Is 3 greater than equal to 1? Okay, is 3 greater than equal to 1? Yes, 3 is greater than equal to 1. The answer will be true. Is 3 less than equal to 1? No, 3 is not less than equal to 1. So the answer will be false. Is 3 equal to 1? Is 3 equal to 1? No, 3 is not equal to 1. So answer will be again false. Is 3 not equal to 1? Okay, the exclamation mark, not equal to 1. The answer is yes. 3 is not equal to 1. The answer will be true. So if you're running this, you will get true. Okay, so this is called as a comparison operator. Okay, this is called as a comparison operators, guys. Okay, now again, very simple. You are just comparing two values and you are getting true and false results. The next particular thing is you are having your logical operators, the and, or, not. This is something that you have already learned. Okay, so that is called as your logical operators, because there is some logic: and gate, or gate, nor gate. Okay, or the not gate. Okay, all these are basically your logical operators, guys. Then use both of them to create some complex situations as well. For example, right over here you are having rent is equals to 1200. Okay, rent is equals to 1200 rupees. Now, is affordable. We want to check if our rent is affordable for us or not. So if rent is greater than 1000 and rent is less than 2000, so we'll get the answer for that. Let us replace rent right over here, guys, by its value. So 1200 and 1200. We'll look at the first particular situation. 1200 is greater than 1000. Is 1200 greater than 1000, guys? Yes, of course. True. The answer will be true right over here. Is 1200 less than 2000, guys? Okay. Is 1200 less than 2000, guys? Yes, it is less than 2000. So the answer is, sorry, the answer is true. Okay. We are having true and true, guys. Okay. We are having true and true, guys. What is true and true? The answer is true. So according to us, according to our calculation, is affordable should be true. According to our calculation, is affordable should be true, guys. We are removing everything and we're going back to the roots itself. We are running this particular line of code. We're getting true as our answer. Getting true as our answer, guys. Similar to that, right over here as well, what we have done is it's the exact same thing. Rent is greater than 1000 and rent is less than 2000. Okay, and we are having a not in front of it. So we already know that this is true. Okay, we just saw this right now, just 1 second ago. So this is true, we already know that. We'll replace it by true. Okay, so what is not true, guys? Okay, what is not true? Okay, what is not true, guys? False. Something that is not true is false itself. This answer would be false, guys. F-A-L-S-E, false. So I'm running this particular line of code. The answer should be coming out as false. So if I'm running this, the answer is going out as false, guys. Okay, is affordable is false. Are you guys able to understand this? Okay, so Pushkar Kasturi, I'm blacklisting this particular person. Okay, and Pushkar Kasturi, you can discontinue the bootcamp right now itself. You don't have to attend the bootcamp from now onwards. Okay, we are not going to send you the certificate as well. You don't have to worry about it. Thank you so much for coming to the bootcamp. But this type of thing showcases that you are not from a very good family. Okay, so please do not come to this channel anymore. Thank you so much, Pushkar. Okay, so the next particular thing that we need to move on is the next data type that is there, that is strings, guys. Okay, that is strings. Okay, we need to understand this particular data type as well, guys. Okay, so it is extremely simple. Okay, it is extremely simple. There's no issues. I think so. You guys will easily be able to understand it. So the data type that we have seen in the top, okay, the hello world that we had written. Okay, if you guys remember the hello world program, right? You guys remember the hello world program? So this is coming in quotation marks. It is characters right over here, right? It is characters right over here. This is coming in quotation marks itself. So this is called as a string. Okay, what is a string? A string of pearls is there, right? A string means a thread. Okay, a string of pearls. So to that, this is a string of characters itself. Okay, the string of characters itself right over here. So when you are using it, okay, when you are using it, as you are able to see right over here, you can create a string by using both quotation marks. Okay, you can use both quotation marks right over here, single quotation marks as well as double quotation marks itself. Okay, single quotation marks as well as double quotation marks to create a string, guys. Okay, to create a string, you can create it using both. Okay, it makes no difference. If I'm running this particular line of code, as you're able to see, it makes no difference, guys. Okay, and similar to that, you can put anything. You can put capital letters, you can put small letters, you can put numbers, you can put special characters, you can put spaces, anything inside of a string. Okay, you can put anything inside of a string, guys. Okay, this data type, this type of data type inside of quotation marks is called as string. Okay, this type of data type inside of quotation mark is called as a string, guys. Okay, if we are searching the type of, so I've created a string right over here. Okay, so I'm checking the type. Okay, type basically shows the data type of that object. Okay, so type of that string is str. That is short form for string. Yes, creating a string using a double quotation mark or a single quotation mark makes no difference. It's the exact same thing. It makes no difference whatsoever. Okay, great, guys. Now what about, now how is a string created? A string is identified by, for example, you are starting out with a quotation mark. So the Python will try to find another similar quotation mark. Okay, it will try to find, so if you are starting out with a double quotation mark, Python will also try to find a a double quotation mark to end the string. Okay, Python will try to find a double quotation mark to end the string. Once it is able to find that, that's where the string has ended. It will try to find the same quotation mark to end the string itself. Okay, so similar to that, what if I want to have a new quotation mark inside my string? Okay, so what is happening right over here is Python is starting out with a double quotation mark. Python is trying to find another double quotation mark to end the string. Okay, it is scanning the text. Okay, it is scanning the text itself. Himanshu, how many times will you be asking this exact same question? Yes, both of them give the exact same result. Okay, so right over here, as you're able to see, Python is able to find a double quotation mark right over here. Okay, as soon as it is finding a double quotation mark, it thinks that this is a string. Okay, this is one string, guys. Now whatever you have written after that, it is not able to understand it. It is not able to understand what is this. Okay, then again it is able to find another double quotation mark. So again it is like I have created a string, this is an empty string. I found the ending of the string itself. So when you are running this particular line of code, it is giving you an error. It is giving you an error, invalid syntax. Okay, your grammar is wrong. That is what it is saying. The grammar of programming is wrong. That is what it means by syntax, guys. So what is happening is there are two ways of handling this. There are two ways of handling this. First, for example, if you want to use double quotation marks inside of your string, create the string using a single quotation mark. Okay, if you want to use double quotation marks inside of the string, create the string using a single quotation mark, guys. For example, right over here, you will start out with a single quotation mark. Okay, so Python will try to find another single quotation mark to end the string. Okay, Python will try to find another single quotation mark to end the string. It will reach here, it is finding a double quotation mark, but it wants a single quotation mark. It will ignore it. Okay, it will move further. It will move further. Okay, again it finds a double quotation mark. Again it will ignore it, and then it is able to find a single quotation mark. So if I am running this particular line of code, there is no error whatsoever. Okay, there's no error whatsoever, guys. Okay, similar to that, right over here. What if you want to use double quotation marks as well as single quotation marks, everything inside of the string? You want to use everything inside of the string, guys. So what will happen is, for example, you want to start off with a double quotation mark. Okay, let's assume that you want to use a single quotation mark right over here. They are starting out with a double quotation, single quotation mark. So we want to find another single quotation mark to end the string. Okay, so we'll use right over here, and it is able to find another single quotation mark, and this is where it ends the entire string itself. Now to ignore it, okay, to make sure that this is not happening with us, what we do is we use an escape character. Okay, the backslash. Okay, the backslash or the escape character, guys. What does this say is that whatever the next particular character is, this backslash, whenever Python sees a backslash, this is what the backslash says to Python. Whatever the next particular character is, ignore it. It has no special meaning to you. Okay, the backslash says to Python, whatever the next particular character is, ignore it. it has no special meaning to you. Okay, it has no special meaning to you. So what happens right over here is Python starts from the single quotation mark. It tries to find another single quotation mark itself. It reaches the escape character. The escape character says that whatever the next particular character is, ignore it. It is not for you. It is not special for you. Okay, so Python again continues scanning because that is not special for it. Python, okay, and then it finds the single quotation mark as the end, and when you run this, there's no errors whatsoever. Okay, that is how the escape character basically works. Okay, that is how the escape character basically works, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. What is the major difference between single and double quotation marks? Single quotation mark has one quotation, double quotation mark has two quotations. Major difference. That's it. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is I'm going to create your attendance form right now. Give me a second. See, never ask me to repeat myself or explain again. What you have not understood, ask me that. Tell me what you have not understood. Because explaining it again, that makes no sense, right? Why would I waste my time to explain something the exact same way that I've currently explained it? You're not understanding something, right? Exactly what you're not able to understand. So I'm able to cater to that particular thing itself. Okay, just repeating something once again, you can just scroll the video back and watch it again as well. But if you're not able to understand something, let me know so that I'm able to teach you guys in some other way possible, if it's possible. Okay, the attendance link will not be pinned in the live chat, guys. Okay, why do we use backslash? Okay, so right over here, when you're able to see, if you're not using the backslash, the code is giving you an error. Okay, the code is giving you an error right over here. Why is that the case? Because Python wants to find another single quotation mark to end the string. Right over here itself, Python is able to find that single quotation mark. It ends the string. The rest of it is just bullshit. That is the reason why you're getting this error. So you want to tell Python that this quotation mark in the middle of the string itself is not something that you have to use. It is not something that you have to use. It is not special to you. It is just a string. It has no special meaning to you. For that, you have the backslash. The backslash tells Python that the next character has no special meaning to you. You don't have to use it. You don't have to look at it. So now when you are running at it, it just ignores that particular first quotation mark itself. It just ignores that particular first quotation mark itself. Okay. Great. Now somebody was asking what is backslash n. That is basically a new line. Okay, that is the full form of it. New line. Basically, it will shift the rest of the text to a new line itself. You don't want everything to be printed in the same line. You write backslash n. Rest of the stuff will go to a new line. Okay, that is how it is used. Sir, if we want to convert integer to float or vice versa, how should we do it? Dolly, I've already explained that. Okay, I've already explained that. Hey, I'm not sharing the attendance. I'm not a fool. Okay, I'm not going to share the attendance like this. It'll be a surprise for you guys. I'm not going to share the attendance right now. It was just a ruse. Okay, let's continue with the questions itself, guys. I'm not sharing the attendance right now. I'm going to share it at the end of the class. Okay, I'm going to be sharing it at the end of the class, guys. Not right now. Okay, so let's move on to the next particular thing, guys. That is concatenation. Okay, guys, I'm not going to share the attendance right now. I will take it up at the end of today's class after 30 minutes. Yeah, I will be taking up just one attendance today at the end of this particular class after 30 minutes, not right now. Okay. I'll be taking up the attendance at the end of the class, not right now. After 30 minutes, I will take up the attendance. Okay. So concatenation, guys. Concatenation is extremely important. So for example, you are having two words, hello and world. Okay, you want to concatenate them together. You want to attach them together itself to create one string. Okay, you want to concatenate two particular strings together to create one string. That is your goal right now. Okay, that is your goal right now. You want to concatenate the two strings together to create one string. Okay, that is where you use concatenation. Okay. So right over here, I'm having hello. I want to concatenate it with world. Okay, so I'm having hello plus world. So when I'm running this particular line of code, okay, when I'm running this particular line of code, I'm able to see my answer as hello world or hello space world, guys. Okay, hello world or hello space world, guys. That is why what is happening is we will be creating. Okay, we will be attaching, we will be concatenating the two strings together. Okay, we will be concatenating these two strings together, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. You guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. So this is called as concatenation, guys. This is called as concatenation. Are you guys able to understand concatenation, guys? Please let me know. You guys able to understand concatenation, guys? Please let me know. It's as simple as that, guys. As simple as that. The next particular thing that is there is, so just like concatenation, you are using the addition symbol to concatenate these two words together. Okay, for example, a user is filling in his first name and his last name separately. Now you want to showcase his first name and last name together. In that particular case, you would not ask the user to type it again. You will concatenate the two names together to form his entire name. That's how concatenation basically works. Now, in the similar way, like addition is able to concatenate two words together. You can concatenate as many words as possible. Right over here, hello, space, and then world, the three words. You can concatenate 100 different words together as well. It is totally up to you. It is totally up to you, guys. Okay, similar to that. Okay, similar to that, what you want to do is, if you want to use multiplication as well, you want to use multiplication as well. Okay, so for multiplication, what are you going to do? Okay, for multiplication, what are you going to do? Multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition, right, guys? Multiplication is nothing else but repeated addition. So you're going to add hello 5 times. By running this particular line of code, you are able to get that you are having hello, 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 hello concatenated to each other 5 times. As simple as that, guys. As simple as that. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great, guys. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I put up the attendance link in the live chat. You have 5 minutes to fill out the attendance, guys. I put up the attendance link in the live chat. You have 5 minutes to fill out the attendance link, guys. Okay. Right now it is 8:41. You are having up till 8:46 to fill out the attendance. Okay. You are having up till 8:46 to fill out the attendance, guys. Please start filling it out immediately. 8:46 to fill out the attendance, guys. Okay, I'm not going to paste the attendance anymore. Okay, this is the last time that I'm pasting the attendance. I'm not going to pin the attendance as well. You're having up till 8:46 to fill out the attendance, guys. 5 minutes. Please do that immediately. I'm not going to paste the attendance anymore. That's it. Okay, if you have not able to see the attendance in the live chat, I'm not going to help you guys out as well. Okay, you have 5 minutes to fill out the attendance. Okay, if you're not able to fill out the attendance in that particular time, I'm not going to help you guys out. You have just 5 minutes to fill out the attendance. I'm not going to provide you guys with the attendance link as well. After that, I'm not going to pin it up. And having 5 minutes to fill out the attendance, guys. A 5 minutes break. Just go and take up some break. Okay, drink some water. Do whatever you want to do in that 5 minutes. I'll also take up a break of 5 minutes. Then we'll continue with our code. Okay. We'll take up a break of 5 minutes, guys. Fill out the attendance during that time. Then we'll start with our class. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, Jainil Zala, I saw your attendance marked up right over there. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Sir, in optimization topic, can you tell how does the Python know from which point the decimal points are to be deleted? Because it is the one who is entering the decimal points as well. If he's the one who is entering the decimal point, will he not know from where to delete it as well? Okay. भैया बुक्स लेना जरूरी है क्या ये सब चीज जानने के लिए? नो, इट इज नॉट एट ऑल नेसेसरी. For example, how I learned was just by practicing. The more that I practiced, the more projects that I started working upon, these type of problems started appearing right over there. Once the problems started appearing for you, then you search for the solutions for that. Okay, if you're not searching for solutions, you're not trying to figure out why this problem is happening, that is the wrong thing. Okay. So how Python read code left to right or right to left? Yeah. It reads the code from left to right, but if you're talking about mathematics on how like it does the maths and everything, that is totally different. Okay. Can you suggest a book for Python? Sure, I can suggest you a good book for Python, guys. So a good book for Python is basically you automating the boring stuff for with Python. Okay, this is one of the best books for Python that I've ever read, and it's actually great. Okay, so anytime that if you guys want any suggestion for books, you can ask me at any particular point of time, guys. Okay, so you can go forward with like automating the boring stuff with Python. Amazing book. Okay, please don't buy it. Okay, if you're an idiot, then only buy it. If you're not an idiot, just open up pdfdrive.com, pdfdrive drive.com. Hey, that's it. pdfdrive.com. Go and search for that book. You will get a free PDF. Free. Okay, it does not charge anything. But please don't be a fool and buy a book. Okay, I'm just suggesting you a book to read if you get some time. Do not buy that book. Okay, just search on pdfdrive.com. You will be able to get the book from right over there. Okay. The link is not working. I cannot do anything for that. Sorry to ask, but can you please advise? I was absent on day one. Because of that, I will not be able to get the certificate. See, if you are attending the rest of the sessions properly, getting all the attendance, don't worry about it. We'll handle that for you. Okay. Okay, so we are having 1 more minute for attendance. Then we'll be closing the attendance up, guys. 1 more minute for attendance. Then we'll be closing it up. Okay, the attendance link has now been closed. It is 8:46, guys. The attendance link has been closed. Balle balle. Do not do data structures and algorithms in Python. Do data structures and algorithms either in C++ or Java. Okay, that will be my suggestion. Do not do it in Python. Do it in either C++ or Java. Do not do it from a book. Take up a course and do it. Okay. Yes, we are going to plan for a good bootcamp on data structures and algorithms as well in the future. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so now that the attendance has been done, let us start with our coding once again, guys. We'll start with our coding once again. The first particular word is hello. Okay, the first particular word is hello, guys. The second particular word is the world. Okay, the second particular word is the world itself, guys. So we saw addition, right? So if we are adding two particular words, we are getting concatenation. We are multiplying a word by a number, we are able to get the concatenation that many number of times. What about division? The division does not work on strings. Okay, there's no meaning to dividing two words. Okay, it does not work like that. So if you are trying to divide it, it will just give you an error. Okay, it will just give you an error, guys. Type error. Unsupported operand types for division, string and string. That is, you cannot do division on strings, guys. You cannot do division for strings, guys. Okay, similar to that, you cannot do negation. Okay, you cannot do negative. You cannot do subtraction for strings as well. Okay, you cannot do subtraction for strings as well. Subtraction also does not work for strings. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know, guys. Great. The next particular thing that we need to learn about is the len function on strings. Okay, we need to learn about the len function of strings. So len function basically gives the length of a particular string, guys. Dev TOWN, DevTown. Okay, so DEVTOWN, guys. There were 7. Okay, there were 7 particular letters inside of it. So the length of a particular string is the number of characters in that particular string, guys. Okay, the length of a particular string is the number of characters present in that particular string itself. Okay, similar to that. Okay, similar to that, if even if there is a space as well, you'll be counting that space. Okay, you will be counting that space as well. So DEVTOWN and that space as well. So there is 8 characters right over here. Okay, there are 8 characters right over here, guys. Again, guys, I'm just reminding you guys, do not do data structures and algorithms in Python. Python is a language for development. Keep it for just development itself. You want to do data structures and algorithms, do it in either C++ or Java. Do not do it in Python, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Yes, the attendance link has been closed. The attendance link was 5 minutes open itself. If you were there in the class, you have already filled it up. Because in the class, there were some 1,500 students. 1,600 students have already filled it up. I don't know where the rest of the 100 people came from. Okay, there were 1,500 students live in the class. 1,600 students have filled the form. I don't know where the 100 people came from. Anybody else who is not able to fill the form up, that means he was not present in the class. Okay, he or she was not present in the class. That is the only idea that I have. If you guys were present in the class, you guys knew where the attendance link was, you would have filled it up in 5 minutes. Okay, so where is the 100 people coming in? I don't know. Tomorrow I'm going to put up a question as well in the attendance. That answer this question only, then I will make sure that you are already attending this class or not. If you're not able to answer the question, then it means you were not present in the class. Okay, so that too I will do that tomorrow. I don't want people like them to join the boot camp. You are here for certificates. I will make sure you are not getting the certificates. Those students were not here for certificates. Were here to learn. I will make sure even if they don't want the certificates, I'll send the certificates purposefully to them. Arey Upendra, do not learn Python, data structures and algorithms in Python. Okay. Do it in C++ or Java. Who the fuck said to you to do it in Python? It would backfire upon you in your interviews itself. And please do not do DSA in C. Okay, do not fucking do DSA in C. DSA and C is taught to you in your college. Okay, your college syllabus is out of date, out of function, out of fashion, everything. They have not updated their syllabus for the past 15 years. Do not do DSA and C, guys. That is even worse than doing it in Python. In Python, at least it's fine. But in your interviews, there is a very high probability that you're going to be getting paled by the interviewer. Okay. Do not do it in C. If you're doing it in C, you will never reach the interviews itself. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll tell you guys why I'm saying not to do DSA in Python. I will tell you guys at the end of today's class. Let's focus upon the class itself right now. Because this len function basically tells you guys how many characters, okay, how long is a particular string, okay, how long is a particular string, guys. That is how they are told right over here. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please do let me know. Somebody is asking what is DSA. And I want to answer them. Melody khao, khud jaan jao. Melody is a chocolate. It's a very famous slogan. Okay, so right over here, guys, let's move on to the next particular thing. Whenever we reach the next particular thing itself, type and type conversion. Okay, type and type conversion, guys. So right over here, you're having type as 75, you're having type as 75.0, you're having type as 75 as string, okay, you're having type as true. Okay, so you're checking the type of all these values itself. You're getting int, float, str, and bool as your answer. Okay, int, float, str, and bool as the answer, guys. Omkar, if you had attended the entire session, why did you get the attendance? That means you are not paying attention to what I was speaking. Again, you are not attending the session right over there. If you're attending the session, you would have heard about the attendance itself. Please don't disturb the class. If you're here to study from tomorrow onwards, come on time. Listen to the class. Learn. You'll get the certificates. If you're here to do time pass, okay. So as you're able to see right over here, 75 as a value can be represented as an integer, 75 as a value can be represented as a float, 75 as a value can be represented as a string itself, 75 as a value cannot be represented as a bool. If you are able to represent it as a bool, you are Bhagavan, you are God. Okay, it is just true and false. That is the values that can come as Boolean values itself. Okay, so let's move on from right over there. We'll stop right over here itself. We'll not force you guys to learn a lot today. Okay. Okay. So right now for those guys, okay, for those guys who were not able to fill up their attendance, for those guys who are not present live in the class, tomorrow I'm going to ask a question in the live chat. Okay. The attendance will have a question inside of it. If you are there in the class, you answer that question, you will get the attendance for today. If you're not there in the class, don't fucking come to tomorrow's class as well. Okay. For the first 5 minutes, tomorrow I will be taking up one attendance. In the middle of the class, I will be taking the question. And at the end of the class, I will be taking the last attendance itself. If you're missing out on any of the attendance, you're not able to answer the question, you're not going to get any of the attendance. Okay, you're going to get 0 attendance for the entire 7 days. Okay, so come to the class, not keep it just open and watch and Netflix or some shit. Listen to the class, understand the class. Only then I consider that as attendance. Okay, just opening that shit up inside of another tab, that is not attendance. Okay, that is just making a fool out of me. If you think that I am a fool who has taken up 200 boot camps and I've met more than 3 million students just like you, I know whatever techniques and tactics that you guys know. Okay, and most of you guys who are thinking you're way too smart to receive the certificates, you're not going to get the certificates as well. Don't worry. Okay. Okay, so now, guys, today there's no other attendance. Okay, you can leave the class. I'm just going to help other people answer some of their questions itself. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. So somebody was asking, why should we not do data structures and algorithms in Python? Okay, so let me tell you from my experience. Now, I used to do data structures and algorithms in JavaScript. I used to think that I'm great, I'm doing it in JavaScript. Nobody else is doing it in JavaScript. I'm awesome. Okay. And I went for my first interview like a champ. I was like, oh, dude, I'm doing DSA in JavaScript. Okay. My full stack development is to the next level itself. My JavaScript, DSA in JavaScript, guys. Like, what is this? I went to the interviewer and the interviewer started asking. So, whenever you are going to an interview, whatever language that you're utilizing to do your data structures and algorithms, that language, questions related to that programming language is going to be asked to you. Okay, questions related to whatever programming language that you're using to do your data structures and algorithms is going to be asked to you guys. Okay, now I chose JavaScript, you chose Python. What we tend to forget about is that person sitting in front of us, the interviewer. Right now I'm taking up interviews for more than 15 different companies. Okay, the person sitting in front of you has practiced, has worked practically in JavaScript and in Python, only these two languages, for the past 7 years, 5 days a week, 10 hours every single day. Do you really think you know more than that in Python and JavaScript when you compare it to that particular person? Do you really think that? Please do let me know. Think about it. That person has worked for 7 years, 5 days a week, 10 hours every single day in just Python and JavaScript. You think that you know more than him. You have studied Python or JavaScript for 2 years at most. Okay, that too only DSA, not any no practical knowledge. And he's going to ask you questions related to that programming language as well. That is where I failed. That was my worst experience of my interview at that point of time. That was my first interview. My confidence was shattered itself. I practiced in DSA. I did competitive programming. I did everything. I did projects, internships, everything for 2 years. And my first interview was absolute shit. The next day I started learning C++. I relearned the entire DSA and CP in 3 months in C++ itself. And then I went for my next interview. That is the reason why I always suggest students never to do data structures and algorithms in Python or JavaScript. It can backfire upon you if that person sitting in front of you is a particular person who wants to take up some revenge of some sort. Do not do it in either Python or JavaScript. Choose between C++ or Java. The programming language questions are fixed right over there. It is going to ask you questions related to inheritance. It is going to ask you related questions to oops or something like that. There's some fixed questions of like 100, 200 questions that are there. Just rote learn that, memorize that, go to the interview. You will be able to answer all the questions related to the programming language. There's no other thing that you have to do. Python and JavaScript is very tricky. Do not do that. Okay. Second thing, why I'm saying do not do C. Okay. C is taught in your college. Your college is making a C out of you. Those people who are able to understand what I'm saying, are very smart. You understood it. That's great. Those people who are not able to understand it, they are making fools out of you. Okay. C as a language is just obsolete. You don't require it right now. First of the things is that. Second, your college syllabus hasn't been upgraded for the past 15 years. It is the exact same. The third particular thing is, there is, before going to an interview, okay, before going to the interview itself, before that you are having one session that is called one exam that is called as an online coding round. Okay, before your session, before your interviews, you are having an online coding round, guys. In that online coding round, you have to do 2 to 3 programming questions in 60 to 90 minutes. Okay, 2 to 3 programming questions in 60 to 90 minutes, guys. Right over there, that is the biggest problem that is going to be there. You're going to code in C. C is a very lengthy language. The exact same code you're writing in C++ or Java, you're going to take 10-20 lines. The same thing you're writing in C, you're going to take 40 lines of code. You have just 60 minutes to solve 3 coding questions. You don't have enough time to type 40 lines of code. You have to choose a language that is as fast as possible for you to write. That is C, C++, and Java. If you do it in C, out of the 3 questions, you will be able to solve only 1 question. And you need to solve all the 3 questions to at least get to the interview itself. That is the first round for every single company. If you're thinking about Google, you're thinking about TCS. For both of them, it's the exact same thing. If you want to get to any MNC, you have to do data structures and algorithms and competitive programming. Without that, you're not going to get into any company. If you want to go into software engineering, DSA and CP. If you want to go into data analytics, data scientist, data engineer, DSA, CP. If you want to go into full stack web development, front-end engineering, back-end engineering, DevOps engineering, cloud engineering, DSA, CP. You want to go for software testing, DSA, CP. That is going to be the first round for every single company, for every single position that you're going to apply for. If you don't know about it, then whatever person that you're following, you should just stop following them. Okay, this is the basics that you should be knowing how companies are hiring. I don't even understand why you don't know this. What is DSA, CP? DSA is data structures and algorithms. CP is competitive programming. Okay. See, if your English is not that good, your verbal English is not that good, do not worry. Take up a novel, read the novel in front of a mirror at all times. That's it. That is what you need to do. Read the mirror every single day, 15 minutes, stand in front of the mirror, read the novel. That's it. Verbally, okay, not just like in your mind or something, just verbally, outspokenly read the novel itself. That's how I increased my spoken English. My English was shit. I couldn't speak in front of anybody. My legs started shaking and shit. So I started learning like that. Okay. Java or C++, which is better? See, I chose C++, but both of the languages are absolutely perfect to choose between it. Okay, that is up to your personal choice. I chose C++, but is dynamic programming important? It is the most important part of data structures and algorithms. Dynamic programming, trees, graph, greedy algorithms, these are very important. Did you get a haircut today? Yes, and I applied some oil on my head as well. I don't know why, but I just did that. Okay, so again, guys, those guys who have missed their attendance for today, come to tomorrow's session. No issues. If you have missed one attendance, no issues. I can take care of that. Tomorrow's session, attend it properly, answer the question properly. If I feel that you guys are actually attending the session, okay, you will get the attendance. But if I feel that you're not attending the session, you are trying to make a fool out of me, trying to cross around me to get the certificates, you're not going to get shit. Okay. Bro, but I took a course for Python DSA. I can't quit now. Shaurya, bro, what should I do? Upendra, first of all, try to apply for a refund if it's possible. Otherwise, what you can do is practice from this particular website. Okay. For data structures and algorithms, use LeetCode. Okay. LeetCode is a free platform. Do not pay for that platform. Okay. It's a free platform. Practice from this particular platform for data structures and algorithms. C++. If you're not able to understand, read the code. Do that. It's as simple as that. Okay. And for competitive programming, I will suggest CodeChef. These are the two platforms that I will be suggesting you guys. DSA, LeetCode, CodeChef for CP. Okay. Okay, guys. So we'll meet tomorrow. Sir, can EC students learn Python? Sahana, even commerce student can learn Python. You don't have to worry about it. If you are interested in tech, if you want to get a job in IT, you can learn it. There's no issues. The companies do not see what you are doing. The companies see, do you have the right skill set? Do you have the right knowledge? If you have it, that's great. Come and work for my company. If you don't have it, do not come right over here. Okay. Do not use something like Hacker Earth, HackerRank, Geek for Geeks or something like that. Okay. The reason for that is absolutely simple. These guys have questions that is way too easy. That easy questions are not going to be asked in an interview. Okay. It's going to be tough questions that are going to be asked in an interview. Why I'm saying these platforms is because, for example, companies like Samsung and Amazon give direct questions from LeetCode. They don't even change anything. Samsung and Amazon are famous for giving direct questions out of LeetCode. They copy questions out of LeetCode. That is the level of questions at LeetCode, guys. The level of questions is the exact same at what the industry level is there. Okay. Secondly, for CodeChef, companies like Microsoft, companies like Geo, companies like you are having Atlassian, all these companies directly take up questions from CodeChef and put it up in their online tests itself. Direct questions. That is the level of questions that is there right over here. Okay. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow, guys, for 7:30. Okay, and we'll continue from right over there. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. And code forces is high level thing. Even I have not good done code forces. I did code forces for 3 months itself. Okay, so once you are having like 9 or 10 months of experience in working on lead code and code chef, you are very strong and you are like, yeah, now I can solve any particular question in DSA and CP. Then you want to shatter your entire confidence, go to code forces. Code forces is the only platform that is to the level of what questions are asked in Google interviews. So I practiced my entire 3 to 4 months at the end for my Google interview just on code forces. Code forces has questions like of that level. If you directly start with code forces, you will just quit coding in its entirety and you will be like, nahi bhai, I don't want to do coding at all in my life. I don't want to see coding in my entire life itself. Okay. So please don't start with code forces. Okay. Start with lead code and code chef. Make sure that you're good at DSA CP. then go to code forces. Okay. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at 7:30 and we'll continue from right over there. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.